And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the stream. It's your host, Marley Startled, and today we'll be continuing on the Ultimate General Civil War Union campaign. Um, I will be away Thursday till September time, so I reckon tomorrow we are probably going to be playing a bit of finishing off Alien Isolation to get it off the backlog, so to speak. And then once that's done, I'll probably move on to Dead Space. There has been a new 4X game out called, I think, Mankind or Humankind. Probably Humankind in today's society, if you know what I mean. So if you guys think that should be a game we should play eventually, or a game I should go to, just give me a shout, and we will move on to that. But for now, let's just continue on. So, where we left off, to another satisfactory victory at... oh, we had Chancellorsville first, so we'll finish off... we'll do Chancellorsville and Gettysburg, but we've got some skirmishes first. So we're going to move up through, complete Chancellorsville, and then move up to eventually finish at Gettysburg. So let's do this. Siege of Suffolk. General Longstreet is besieging the town of Suffolk. The town's garrisons under the command and General Peck is too small to cover all possible sides against the attack. Longstreet surprised him, and by concentrating all his forces, he is storming the defences at the eastern outskirts of the town, where he was least expected. We must aid General Peck repel the attackers. 2 gunboats are going to join the defence. It should be a pretty easy victory, and we're going to get a lot of manpower as well. Okay. So let's take a look at our defensive line. Not bad, not too shabby. I do want some artillery, which is nice. I may actually give it to one of these units to bring out another artillery battery, because of course artillery wins wars. Now, oh, we've already got an artillery battery. Maybe that was a bit over hasty. Let's bring out a 1-star and move forward in preparation. So what I think we're going to do is defensive line there, of course, defensive line south, and move up some troops in the north. But primarily this shouldn't be too difficult. So immediately move our cannons. This is a trap bit of cover, I reckon. I'm not going to do that. Marley's going to move up to the centre. And move some infantry on the right as well. Also, I think I'm going to attach some skirmishers just in case we do get any cheeky moves going on from the Confederate troops. Make sure that audio is nice and loud. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I think I'm going to put some skirmishers on this line and let's have these guys in preparation for the next step. Oh, nice little cav charge. How's that going to work out? Probably not. Who would have seen that coming, eh? A lot of lurking cav, but nothing I can't handle. And here we are, the first assault. First assault is always the scariest. After the first assault, if they haven't won at that stage or broken back, pushed us back, there's a high likelihood of us holding. I'm going to go and bully those skirmishers. If I can go off this cover as well to bully those skirmishers. Because I don't like them teasing my flank. I just wanted to scare those skirmishers off. Now they're gone, I don't have to worry about them too much. Because you can't leave them for us pester you, otherwise you're going to have a really bad time. Sadly, those skirmishes I can't get rid of, but hey ho. Pretty easy battle. Again, a lot of these battles are pretty, on the face of it, pretty easy if you've got the manpower. The only time you're going to struggle on these battles is if you don't have the manpower because you've blown it all on pointless charges or you haven't built your armies properly. But towards the end of the campaign, the army organization isn't that painful, isn't as significant because you've got a bit more leeway because you've already got large armies and you've got spare points in your career. Really, the early issues are as a result of putting points in things you don't need early on. And that's where gains mill can go horribly wrong for you. A nice easy battle so far. Looks like the AI is not willing to charge, which is good for us. Ah, hello, Duel. How's things? Oh, how's your day been? How's your week been? Second to last day before I go away for a while, which I'm looking forward to. I saw a new game called Humankind out, which I'm tempted to get, but I've already spent too much money. I blew it all on War Thunder, so I'm gonna have to wait till the end, next month before I decide to buy that bad boy. And there's also another game called Forgotten City as well, where I'm tempted to get that as well because it seems like an interesting mystery story-driven game. It should be quite refreshing. But I still have to get Alien Isolation off my backlog, so that's what I'm doing Wednesday. I want Alien Isolation done before I go away. Oh, nice. What are you having for dinner? I had some chicken, some broccoli, and some potatoes, but I think I didn't cook the chicken long enough, so it was a bit questionable. So I suppose we'll find out tomorrow. Suppose we will find out tomorrow. Crock pot. It's Italian chicken with carrots and potatoes. Nice. That sounds good. Sounds tasty. Oh, okay. As opposed, I could tell who's the better cook, eh? I'm not, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything too harsh, but yours sounds much more fancy compared to the noodles. But I suspect they both tasted as good. I'm just saying that to wind up your missus. Oh, Jess is a better cook. Fair one. Fair one. Is she right behind you? Just blink twice for yes. Ah, fair one. Still, that's an interesting menu. What makes it Italian chicken? That's the question. That cab has got lit the fuck up. Using those herbs and spices, Italian style. Ah, I see Italian dressing. Nice. Nice. I had a chicken and glazed apricot, but it was not nice. It was awful. It was awful. Really, really bad. It was not an enjoyable meal. There one. Send me a sweet, sweet picture. Send me that food porn. Why haven't you been playing New Vegas as well? I demand my New Vegas. Three. Or Gates of Hell for that matter. There's quite a few mod maps out. I would recommend giving Gates of Hell a look at in terms of if you just want custom maps. Like there's so many campaigns going on right now. It's ridiculous. I'm losing troops hand over fist here, and I don't know why. So there's no point holding this position anymore. Yeah, there's Red Tide that's come out. They've just done a Red Tide remake in the custom server. No, workshop. They've got a load of Moscow defense missions. That's a whole lot of different games. Not games. Different mod missions. Have you actually done the campaign yet for Gates of Hell? Good, I'd recommend it. Ah, fair one. You need to do the campaign. The campaign's really good. Campaign is, as we like to call it, lit. As the homeboys say. I'm losing a lot of men. I think that's because they got larger brigades, that's the problem. I may start inflating my numbers. I may stop making more corps and start having larger armies, larger brigades. Because I think 1,500 is getting a little too weak. I need to go back and do some more Gates of Hell. I want to do that whole Red Tide campaign. That looks actually really good fun. Some of the missions are really good. And I'm tempted to try Fallout 3, but I'd have to get it running again because, of course, you've got to do so many fixes to get Windows 10 to actually work properly. Remember, Windows 10 is for gamers, boys. And if you don't like it, tough. You're getting it whether you like it or not. You will have the Windows 10 and you will be happy. So I've enjoyed the pace of this game. It's been a bit more flexible in terms of it's being a just more casual game. Oh, what's the new series? No. Ray, tell us what's the new series on the tank tutorial on the tank front. There's also what do you call it? There's a big controversy going on World of Warships with a load of content creators just like bailing out. Oh, can it up tier? Oh, that's a good one. That'll be funny. Like, just like get some like really crap reserve tank and see if it can up tier like in tier 7. And to see how long it takes for you to get a kill with that tank. Like the 1 kill challenge. You like pick the worst tank. Like pick a tier 1 tank and see how long it takes you to get a kill in like tier 7. Ah, hello Hoffman. My arch nemesis. Storm pads at 4.3. I reckon you could probably get a stug, the boom bar up to quite a high tier because of its overpressure gimmick, but against like standard tanks, probably not. This is just a good training level to build up your numbers. Build up your what do you call it? Your veterancy. It was a lot of fun. Aye. I'm so bad at not finishing games. I really do need to finish games. I've got so many playthroughs I just haven't finished. I think what do you call it? I'm serious serial gamer. Like I don't commit to one game. Like I'll go for a little bit, then once the tingles run out, I'll jump onto a different game. I can't go steady with one game. I'm a gaming sloot. Yeah, easy game. Teehee. Okay, Iron Brigade. Can I get you up to 1,500 without losing too much veterancy? No, not really. It's going to break the bank, but hey.
Sir, yes, sir.
Oh, I just got a message.
Sir, yes, sir.
I just got a message, but I don't want to. I don't want to look at it. I didn't even want to. Oh, I know what that message is. It's from Duel. Oh, it's a picture. Ah, oh dear. You always have to make me get up and go to my phone. I always leave my phone on my bed, and now I've got to get up and go to my bed. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Okay, let me look at this food. Let me look at this bay. Let me just finish building my army. And I will go look. Oh, I don't have enough manpower. Apparently. Let's go to medicine again. Let's go take a look. Ah, let me stand up. Oh, it's not looking too bad. Where's the source? Oh, there's the source. That's it. You need to show it to me once it's done. My old man loves crock pots, but I hate them because I don't really like. I'm not a stew guy. I don't really like the sauce, and I don't like the consistency. But my old man loves it. So when I go and see my old man, he just makes nothing but crock pot meals. It's like, oh, okay. You know, how many kinds of goulash do you want before you get tired? That looks good. I can't wait to see it served. It doesn't look too bad. Still another easy victory. We're moving on now to Nancymond River. General Longstreet is besieging Suffolk, and if we don't stop him, he will soon capture the Union garrison. Our scouts reported that the rebels have built heavy battery entrenchments to control Nancymond River and prevent our gunboats from supporting the city's defence. In order to lift the siege of Suffolk, we must destroy these batteries and reopen the river for Union shipping. 3 ironclads will support your attack. I'm a primitive cook. It's like I'll have some Nando's hot sauce, which you buy down at Tesco's, and I'll literally just go, okay, here's a steak, here's some boiled potatoes or roast potato or fried potatoes, here's some mixed veg. There you go. Enjoy. Put a Nando's sauce on the steak to give it flavour, and that's dinner. This is the first time you get a real experience of what's going to happen later on in terms of the Confederate campaign, the Union campaign, which is going to be frontal charges, mass assaults, and that's general pain and suffering. So without further ado, let's get this bad boy done. I guess I could feel my metabolism slowing, so I need to start eating more healthy. I was going to end up with a dad bod. Pizza and Coke has not been kind to me. Can I get around you? I reckon I can. I got a dad bod. You got no kids. Fair one. I think at this stage, I think most 30-year-olds have a dad bod. Most late 20-year-olds have a dad bod. Look, okay, dad bods are pretty chad, I swear. Let me just inhale my copium. Fair one. It's good that you have a wife that cooks well. Imagine like having a wife that cooks awful and we're gonna pretend the food is good. So I'm running out of time here, so I wanted to start frontally charging this. Let's do this. I'm running out of time, I gotta frontally charge this. I don't want to, but I got no choice. And this is what's gonna be late stage Union campaign. This is preparing you for that. So enjoy. Oh, I haven't run out of time. That's a tease. That. Ugh. Pretty mold there. Pretty mold. Yeah, we'll finish the ascent when I get back. I need to get off the backlog as well, so as soon as that's done, the better. Yeah, we've got to finish that bad boy. That bad boy got to go. Got to get that off the backlog. I mean, we've come so far on it. It only needs a little bit more to be done. I know right now it's a buggy mess, but fingers crossed we can get it fixed. Hopefully it's just like some server instability or something like that, you know? I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just have to start a new garbage character and just like level up quickly with and just tag back on, you know? I mean, we can just do that. I can just, because I think it's my character, not yours, or maybe it's a server. Yeah. So worst case scenario, I'll just make a new character. Make a new character, and then get speed leveled up. So this is a little teaser what the Union campaign will become. Frontal charges, massive casualties, strong Confederate defensive positions, and if you don't do it well, if you do a general attack, it's going to go horribly wrong, often with a tight time limit as well. So there you are. So, but that wasn't too painful, only 2,000 casualties. Could have been worse. Okay. Let's do it. Yeah. This is the worst part. I'd like an auto level up, but the game's been out for so long now. That's never going to happen. Talk to Frank, Mr. Porter.
Yes, sir.
There we are. There we are. I think at this stage everyone's got pretty good guns as well, so I'm just going to go and start moving up. After medicine, I'm going to move up training, and then eventually logistics, because why not? It just saves me hassle trying to move up supply wagons. Yeah, we're good. Once we get this bad boy up and ready to go, we will finally be, I think, at the largest strength we want. Yeah, let's bring out the parrots, why not? We could do skirmishes, why not? I mean, at this stage, I'm doing so painfully well. 359. Who else has got a large amount of rifles? You, Smith, perhaps? Sharp rifles, why not? And then final skirmishes. Final skirmishes. There we are. Oh, see you later, Dul. Have a good one. Enjoy your chicken and send me a picture once it's ready to serve. I'm going to be very jelly. And enjoy your streaming, Dul. Have a good weekend off. Well, have a good day off, not weekend. Okay, we are good. Come back, mechanic. Screw you. It's applied raid. And then we're moving on to Chancellorsville. Strategic... No, wait, thanks to... a strategic raid has been planned in an attempt to cut Lee's lines of supply. You will command 3 cavalry divisions, oh I hate this level, that belong to the Army of the Potomac, and your objective is to capture the crucial supply depot that connects the railroad from Richmond to Fredericksburg. You will operate deep in enemy territory, so beware of Stuart's rebel cavalry. So this is where you get 3 spawns, and they're all cav, and they're all shite, so look forward to that. Not a particularly enjoyable battle, it's just chaos of micro. It is micro chaos, so I look forward to that. Again, a lot of these forces aren't particularly strong, so all it takes is 1 or 2 volleys to kill them, and you've got cannons for some reason. So again, enjoy. So here you've got a really cheesy flank mechanic. Because these guys will just keep routing and running and being a general nuisance. There you are. First one down. Are they going to fire on me? Yes, they are. This is great fun, this is. Alright, time to micro. I mean, you can charge these guys off. And then unhorse. 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 And these fellows up to do some flanking fire. Move these guys up on the left. This cannon can move up. Let's get them up as soon as possible. I hate cav. They're really awkward to control. There we are, that one's taken. We can start moving up there, moving up here, moving up here, and moving up there. But of course these guys won't move up, because in doing so they would have to get too close to the enemy, and skirmishers are just prone to being a general nuisance. There we are. Turn this way. Slow down. Come on, you can fire at this. It's on the flank. There you are. That's a good boy. Then we'll go and attack this and slowly move forward in ever painful progress. Bastards refusing the route. That's not good. Come on, that's it. There we go. There we are. Those guys have been pushed off. We can now start putting pressure on next line. And so on and so on. You having a good time? I'm not. I hate Cav. It's the fiddliness, like how they retreat because, oh no, they want to get maximum range on their guns. It's just like a cat. It's just really frustrating. They just are really fiddly because if the unit they're firing at moves in the slightest, then what will happen is that the troops will retreat a bit to be in the farthest range, and that means, of course, that they won't do anything. It means that most of the time is spent with them retreating, so you need to overtly micro. Stuart's rocked up with his cav arm of death. Stop running. You overtly micro pains in my ass. Just about teasing now because they're going to try and push, which they are now. Hold. Stop trying to run. And that's the battle casual victory. A nuisance level because you're given a lot of garbage troops against line infantry, but just about workable. That's another 1,900 men for the meat grinder. So we are pretty much at the sweet spot now. So we're going to start going up training so that we can now just keep veterancy in our units. So we're moving on to the next battle, which is Chancellorsville. Historically, a rather big defeat for the Union, and this game will try to trick you into making the same mistakes as the Union commanders. So, after the Battle of Fredericksburg, the Army of Northern Virginia was still a formidable force to reckon with. Armies were not able to advance further due to harsh winter conditions and constant skirmishes. We are still getting repulsed behind the Rappahannock River. We have attempted to cross the Rappahannock River and engage the Confederate Army of Northern Virginia once again with a more sophisticated plan. General Sedgwick's corps is keeping the rebels busy at Fredericksburg, while our forces have initiated a wide flanking maneuver to attack Lee's army from the west. On the morning of April 27, 1863, we began crossing the Rappahannock River several miles west from Fredericksburg. Almost unopposed, our detached corps will meet at Chancellorsville until April 30th and advance towards Lee's army. So, first, vanguard, center, rearguard, reserves. Our forces have crossed to the western falls of the Rappahannock River and now marching inside Confederate territory. Our vanguard is marching down the U.S. Forward River. Our main army is approaching from Ely's Ford Road. The rearguard will arrive from Orange Turnpike. Our vanguard is expected to arrive today, 30th of April, at Chancellorsville Road Junction. We have established our camp at Chancellorsville's Chancellor's Farm, and tomorrow, when more of our forces arrive, we'll advance to meet Lee's army near Fredericksburg. Up to now, we have not met any serious opposition, probably because Lee's army is stretched out too thin. We've spotted enemy movements at the roads ahead of us, but we should be able to repel them easily. Then we're ready to advance. Your vanguard awaits your command. A few of our forces already began marching via River Road, no sight of the enemy there. We must scout and hold the ridge that controls the Orange Turnpike, which leads to the town of Fredericksburg. A road which leads to Fredericksburg Orange Plank Road must also be secured. It is advised to defend our camp until more troops arrive. The Confederates might attack before we consolidate our forces. So the victory conditions are hold Orange Turnpike and hold Orange Plank Road. Now this is a bit of a ruse level because it gives you the indication that you should be attacking, but in fact, if you know the history of course, Chancellorsville, it's actually a massive Confederate ambush, and so it is not in your interest in the slightest to engage. And as the battle goes on, you'll get more and more men. So your main effort, so to speak, is to just hold until, say, the third phase when its reserves turn up. This again is a trick sort of level for the non-historically inclined, and it is mostly a case of a lot of the casualties and defeats come from this is Union players who are not accustomed to knowing what Chancellorsville was, try to attack, take a lot of casualties here, get smashed, and then the Confederate counterattack comes and wipes them off the field. They normally can get a victory, but it's a costly one. Of course, we are not going to repeat that, and so we are going to be extremely defensive and extremely passive. We have plenty of time. It's one of those scripted-ish missions. I suppose you could win on the first day if you wanted. I don't remember if you could. I think actually no matter if you do take these objective, I think it still moves to the second day anyway. It's one of those levels where it wants you to fight throughout the entire Battle of Chancellorsville and won't take no for an answer. Can't remember if they do flank right. I don't believe they do. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. Because the refreshing thing about this game is, of course, playing it from a competitive perspective, it's an entirely different kettle of fish, and you're just trying to YOLO rush as much as possible into Chancellorsville to win as quickly as possible, take as less casualties as possible. In making the battles as realistic as possible in terms of the limitations and trying to make it as historical as possible, the developers have done a very good job because they've added the time constraints and the strategic objectives and the general mannerisms of the AI to sort of simulate what happened in the battles, meaning that you've got to be a lot of the battles aren't just going to be rollovers like Fredericksburg. There will be heavy casualties throughout. So we're not going to attack. It's a waste of a day. We're just going to chill out here, relax. And mind our own business. Meow. Meow. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, Chancellorsville was one of the stunning victories of the Confederacy. Very good victory. Sadly, it's also where General Jackson loses his life, which is a shame. I think, and plus the way he died, getting shot by his own men, well, being shot by Confederate troops on picket, is also a tragedy. I wonder what happened to those men on picket. I reckon they must have been very sad, or very embarrassed, or very scared after that happened. And the end of the battle. Confederates are too many. We are outnumbered. Fell back. Fell back. We must defend our camps, or else our campaign will end prematurely. So we've cheesed a little bit here, as you've seen, and we're just not even attacked in the first place. And then we're going to get some reinforcements to come down and support us. Sometimes it can be a rather funny battle, especially if the Confederate Army has been massacred at this stage, because they're like the narrator will be like, "Oh my God, it's ogre, end siege, end siege," and it's like, no, there's no Confederate resistance. So sometimes that is a little bit ahistorical, especially at Chancellorsville. If you've been smashing the Confederate Army, it'll be like the world, like it will tell you that the sky is falling when it's definitely not. Don't like those skirmishers hovering around my flank. So they're gonna go get the good news. Some initial nuisance skirmishers, but nothing we can't handle. I may go and give them the good news to scare more. That's good enough. Form line. I'm gonna plonk some cannons over here. This fellow's gonna plonk himself here, and these guys are gonna come on down to Flavor Town. Population 1. Well, still nothing to be too worried about this yet. Of course, this is with the gift of hindsight. If you were playing this game fresh, then of course you'd be in an entirely different situation in terms of armies, things like that. Stop pestering me, skirmishers. Thank you. And feeding the next day. General Lee and Stonewall Jackson are present on the battlefield and are holding the ground. The rebels are not withdrawing. This was not expected. Probably Lee is a stronger army than we estimated. Reserves are expected to arrive late in the evening. The remainder will stay in Fredericksburg to demonstrate an attack upon the Confederates to keep them busy. Our generals agreed that we must act cautiously and defend. A risky attack could cause the total destruction of our army while being in enemy territory. We're stretching our army to defend all sides. Time is on our side because we become stronger each day. Lee must take the initiative or withdraw. And that is correct. General, it seems our plan is not progressing well. The Confederates responded very aggressively, and now we're on the defensive. A camp in Chancellorsville must be secured if we want to advance further. A brigade must be deployed to defend the east side of the camp. And our left flank, the rebels are less likely to attack us here, so we must be wary. That's correct as well, they won't attack on the left. Strong infantry presence in this area will help us protect a direct frontal attack from Lee. The brigades must defend the ground around the corner of the camp. At this section, and finally some brigades on the left. And more reserves. Friends will be coming soon, don't worry about it. So, first things first, we need to get all these boys and get them back. Because, again, with the power of hindsight, I know what's going to happen next. And it's not pretty. It is not a pretty sight. So we're going to get these guys and make a thin line there and a thin line here. Going to keep troops there. Move troops here. And move troops here. Cannons are going to move all the way forward. The cavalry is just going to plonk itself on the center. The excessive amounts on my right is going to come down. Because you don't need that many men on the right. I mean, I can keep them there, but it's just a bit excessive, you know. It's just a bit too much for me. Bring the cannons down. So I want to set up a nice defensive position in these trees. And in doing so, we will be able to hold the left flank. We've got to make sure this cannon does not get yeeted, so we're going to keep some troops there. And these troops are going to move to hold this little ridgeline hill. And that should leave us in a healthy position to defend. That's why we kept one of our guys there, is to keep those guys at bay. And now we can withdraw a bit more in good detail, in good order. Let's keep that withdrawal in nice, healthy, good order. Or start running because I hear charges. That cavalry is constantly screening us, just waiting for an opportunity to get the cannons. Which I have no intention of letting them do. With this secured, I can just plonk the cannons along this line and they shouldn't be causing too many issues. Go away! That's the spot. Some movement in terms of enemy supplies, but nothing that concerns me just yet. I'm going to move more troops up this line just in case anything bad does happen. And these guys now need to run. Some troops in reserve. And we're good. Today we just have to wait. Sometimes it can be a good idea to play as the Union first to see when it gets strong for the future battles. It does get very strong very quickly after this phase. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's not what I wanted you to do. I want these guys in better cover. Still no bullying on the right. Which tells me that maybe Confederate Army is not as big as it once was. Some teasing supply wagons, which I do want to steal. I think we'll be fine. We're not taking too many casualties here. Bully. But still, they're very big on this side. They have not got large numbers on the left. It's not very aggressive. Good, first supply. Get the second supply now. Probably still holding Orange Turnpike, those boys. Starts teasing the flank. Give me all the supplies. 3 supplies are good. I'm gonna send this cav back. Yeah, one of the few things the area does like doing is constantly giving up its supplies. Chancellorsville is one of those ones you want to win on the first day of the Confederacy, otherwise this happens. You end up with a massive Union defensive line, which you don't want. Flanked, not good. Good volley, hopefully that wins us the battle, that engagement. Otherwise, our flank's up in the air now. Come on, Arnold. I should cause these guys to rout. Well done, Arnold. I'm very impressed. Very impressed indeed, Arnold. Yeah, some lovely volleys off. Oh, it's time to withdraw, Arnold. You've done your job, but you're taking a bit of a pacing now and you're very tired. So I don't want you to engage anymore. No. Rout. Oh, you did a lot of damage there, so I can't complain too much. Surprised with the lack of the push on the right, if I'm honest. But I think it's to do with a lack of troops on the Confederate side. So they've got enough to build a large core for the left flank, but not enough for the right push. When you get a bad route like that, all that work can be quickly undone. Look at that. That's bad route has caused all that. Don't really want to finish the battle. Hold Orange Turnpike or hold Orange Plank Road. Yeah, I don't want to finish the battle because my reserves has turned up. I wonder if I can send my cav down to just to do a cheeky cap of the objectives. Probably not, but you know how it is. So Chancellorsville can either be feast or famine, and in this case it was a bit of a famine. Not a lot of difficulty holding this one. Oh, Arnold. Why have you decided to do this? You've had such a high KDR and now you're just waiting to die. Good, now run, Arnold, run. Run away! So I'll send this cab to see if we can take this objective quietly. But if we can't, then we will have to send the rest of our horde down. Our cannons are once again making their money's worth. No, they've held a rather strong defensive position. Send the cav back up. I'll start sending this infantry forward on this flank. I'll see what happens. Send the horde over. Maybe do our own cheeky maneuvers. All I have to take is one road, so I'm not too worried. I hate it when I do that. When they turn. There we are. I keep moving these boys forward. Send a reserve up here. Send a reserve over here. The sheer amount of cannons is insane. So what we're going to need to do here is brute force our way across, but it's going to take a lot of sacrifice to do it. Now that the left flank is more or less contained, it shouldn't be too bad. Dodge! Oh great. Another defensive line I got a breakthrough. Welcome to the pain chain. But the Union can afford to lose its number, so it's not that bad. It's not as bad as it looks. Now that flank is gone, we can keep pushing down. That left flank is still being held. The breakthrough has occurred. Oh, see you next day. That's not fair. Whee! I had that. I better be able to attack again, because if I can't, I'll be very unhappy. If that's a draw, I'll be very unhappy. This is not what I wanted to be at. Retreat everything back. I did not agree to this. This action does not have my consent. I better get another day out of this. If I get a draw, I'll be very unhappy. I'd almost broken that line. No, no, no. Why is half my army not where I want it to be? Hmm. Run, run. Run over here. Another cav charge. Start, start relocating troops. Contain this. Maybe start doing some of our own maneuvers to pressure off. Da, 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 da. Have counter charge. Always very good. One thing they are good at is defensive warfare, which is rather ironic, really, because you wouldn't think Cav was good at defensive warfare. So this, in fact, is a bad idea. This needs to withdraw immediately. Who'd have thunk it? Another bad idea by Marley Startled. Run away, run away. Under pressure. I would not. If this is a draw, I'll be very unhappy. I hope I get another day. What's over here? Random cow. Steal this for me, will you? Time to start retreating the cannons. Come on, snow. Is that snow? Looks like it. Skirmishers somehow broken in. Don't know how. But they have. It's all looking rather up in the air at the moment. Give me another volley cannons, please. What a mess. What a mess. Hit him with grape shot cannons now. Ah, well. Could have been better. Retreat Stuart back a little bit. Retreat this line so it's actually a line and not just a embarrassing mess. What I want you to do is form a battle line. This Bennett's got to go. Bennett's close to breaking. Goodbye, have a beautiful time. Bring those cannons up. What are you doing, Schaefer, you potato? Don't charge. And here we are. The defense. Okay, we've stabilized. A bit chaotic at the start, but now we've stabilized. You can have my lines of communication. It doesn't make any difference to me. Although I don't like the level of casualties I'm taking over here compared to this guy. Numbers not going down fast enough. Numbers must go down. Don't rout. Don't do it, bow it. How long do I have to hold this? Where be the boys? Where be my allies? Where be the reserves? Like, I had them 1 day ago. Did I just decide to start off like the next day? Like, you know what? Third cause is going to go away. Battered army. Ah, here we go. Good reserves. Any more cannons? Bring up a horde of cannons. Not worth it, but I'm going to give it a go. Let's see if I can get in that flank. Jesus. Let's keep coming, there's too many of them. Oh, I got a load of boys in here. Why did no one tell me? Oh, yonk those fellows. Okay, let's see how that works out for you. Da 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 da. Almost in time. Almost in time. You went charging into my reserve corps. Thank you very much. I don't think it's going to work out well for either of us. Oh, hello, Ruben fan. Welcome back. Welcome back to the old Ultimate General Civil War. Well, I think I'm going to get a draw, even though I shouldn't have. Unless I get another day. I'm hoping I get another day, but sometimes this battle confuses me. Yeah, it comes so late. It's like, well, it comes like if you don't end the day on day 2, it comes on it comes on day 2 and then disappears on day 3. So yes, I would agree that does bring the most useless reserve corps. That's gonna retreat this army back. Which is very frustrating, but it's a very what do you call it? Elusive battle, because it feels like even if you achieve your objectives, you're going to be forced to do the next day. Chancellorsville is a very tricky battle because you just redo the confusing battle because it has so many days of battle and you're not really sure when you actually have an impact. There's some battles, if you get your objectives early, you win the battle early. In Chancellorsville, that doesn't happen, and you can have like 5 days of this shite. I'm just going to do a rolling advance. Yeah, it disappears and comes back. You're right. I don't know what day this is, but the day yesterday, it comes, then goes away, then comes again. And it's an absolute troll of a troll of a battle. One of the more buggier battles. I think they've put when this is still being worked on, they kept on trying to patch it to fix the battle, but they never really could script it right. So I'm going to just do a general advance. So if I click this, this is going to finish the battle. Okay. Yeah, you can definitely wipe out enemy. I feel it's too OP though. Yeah, Confederacy just doesn't come back if you wipe it out. So we're on to the next phase. The odds were against us, but we held. We held Chancellorsville. Our brave soldiers are exhausted, but so are the enemy. We can now advance and repel the rebels from their defensive positions. At this stage, you should have a massive force and you can push down and take the next objective, and you shouldn't have too many issues. But I always forget that I get so many phases of this battle. I always think I've got less phases than I actually have. So now you can have numerical superiority, and you can just charge your way to glory with a general advance. Sure, I could do this the intelligent way, but where's the fun in that? So I think this is where it gets a bit ahistorical. I think historically the Union withdrew en masse. You shouldn't be doing this, but it's the Union campaign, so you can do this because your manpower is excessive. Also, at this stage, the battle's more or less won, and they're pretty vulnerable, pretty weak. As you can probably tell. That guy's gonna run away. Franklin, what are you doing? I'm back here. Run! Run! You can take your time, but why? You've just been smashed for the past 20 minutes. Now is your time to get some revenge. I don't think I'll be able to push on the right, so I'm going to withdraw. It was just, what do you call it, shuffle their forces. Yeah, that's why I did it, not because I just couldn't be bothered. I was simply rediverting their forces to hold the right so I could do a pincher strike on the left. I swear. All part of my grand plan. Like, my cannons, for fuck's sake. Cannons, please. There we are. Now this objective is held. It should be a victory. All I've got to do is hold it for 19 minutes. That was, what do you call that, unexpected impact of the general advance. That by pushing it across the whole line, they diverted assets to the right, and then they it had a weaker left, which I didn't expect to happen, if I'm honest. I've taken so many casualties on this last assault. It was all necessary, guys, okay? Remember, Union Command is extremely intelligent. My right's been crushed. But my left, on the other hand, might be time to retreat these guys back a little bit. Back across the river, run away! All I need is to hold one. Oh, and I need to hold Orange Turnpike as well. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, game. That's how you want it, that's how we'll do it. Gotta keep chasing. They've crashed my right. That was my fault. I thought I only had to take one. That was entirely my fault. Otherwise, I would have done this much more intelligently. But hey guys, it's all working out. All part of the plan. What a mess. Let's punch our way up this road, I don't care. Mm-hmm. The low IQ tactics. Union smash. Absolute railroad plan. Stop trying to salvage your line. Go away. Not cannons here, for fuck's sake. You're gonna route, run away. You're not gonna route, stay there. Genius. I'm a genius. Strategic genius. All part of the plan. Look, I've completely swept the field. I'm going to cut them off from their lines of communication, guys. This has probably got... I've probably taken more casualties from this than I have from every other part of the engagement. There we go. That cow's pissing me off. Run away, you're gonna rout, and you're gonna rout. Only brought these guys up to do a bit of flanking action. You guys are charging. I forgot to tell you to stop. And a glorious victory. Only 26,000 casualties, guys. Perfectly replaceable. Units, officers, who got the good news? Cole, Hobson, and that's it. The rest casualties and goods. Fine. Time to rebuild what's left of the army. Oh, God, no. For fuck's sake. I forgot about this. The plan, so you get a little side battle at the end, which you got to attack with whatever troops you got left. The plan is progressing. Our forces, commanded by General Cedric in Fredericksburg, have stormed the Confederate light defenses. He's now moving to attack Lee's army from the east, while your corps pin him at Chancellorsville. You must now take control of Cedric's corps and make sure he clears one more obstacle. The rebels are setting up defenses on crossroads near Salem Church. It appears that Lee is sending his last reserves to intercept your army. You must secure the road before nightfall. I hate this map. Another battle I hate playing. I think my 3 least favourite battles is this one. Because you just fought Chancellorsville and you're knackered. Followed by Chattanooga as the Confederacy. Followed by Fredericksburg as the Union. The other battles seem pretty fine. And then of course you've got the Siege of Washington for that. Yeah, exactly. I think I did play this once on Legendary, and it was just not. It was not. I was just generally not having a good time, bro. But we're gonna have a devious plan here, and it's going to be the punch through technique, as you have seen me use it before. Why engage on a broad front when I can just punch through? So our troops are going to form up just before the enemy line. Although it is quite deep, so that may be a problem. Wow. First rout of the day. I'm impressed by how crap these troops are. God, you're awful. Punch through technique doesn't really work when they decide to punch back. I remember sacrificing 2 brigades with detached skirmishers to play cat and mouse games and tie the enemy, while my main force would make a wide flanking maneuver and approach the flag from the south. Oh yeah, you can go very wide like here. That works extremely well as well in this strategy because they tend to really just cover the main route. That is indeed also a viable strat. But if you're lucky and they do decide to YOLO charge you, you can also win that way. Like so. But I don't think these are your troops, so it doesn't really matter if they get the good news. That's not... that was in your rear flank. The good old punch-through technique. It doesn't really work on Legendary when you've got crappy troops in these sort of battles, but works pretty well on medium. This was not my best punch-through technique, punch-through because they counter-attack, but it did its job, so hey-ho. And I don't really care about the losses in this battle, but then again, I haven't really cared about losses full stop, so really. I am just a reincarnated version of Burnside. And now we just chill. Bring the cannons up. But the right way of playing this is sending a wide flank. Try not to push into these trees. These trees also tend to have a lot of Confederate resistance. But if you can just go all the way around and you can pin them a little bit, then you can stop the Confederate shuffle. Why turn? Why do it? And I get some free boys. Now I can just chill. Just chill, bros. Just chill. It's even worse as the Confederacy playing this because you'll be smashed at Chancellorsville. Even if you've won and you're like, I don't want to play another battle. Union's not too bad, but for the Confederacy, it's just defend the forests, defend the road, defend the north, and put cannons behind the infantry. And hopefully, you'll be fine. Nah, that was not a good punch through, but it will be. I will perfect the punch through. That's not too bad. I'm gonna send troops down here. I don't care too much about Mr. Early. Oh no! Early's come. He's come a bit late though. Defend, defend, defend. That's a fancy flanking maneuver you're trying there. When they're not immediately charging, you know you're in a good spot. And done. Another painful battle. So it's a case of rebuilding our armies for Gettysburg. Hopefully I've got plenty of troops to do so, which I have. And we're going to put a load of troops into training now, so we can keep our veterancy. So veteran, 1500. Apply. Get our sharpshooters. Accuracy -10, or let's marksmanship, why not? Just fellow. I've got to be careful not to spend too much money, because I've got to rebuild all my corps, not just not just the few that the top one. Rebuild, veterancy, rebuild. It's gonna be rather expensive to do all of this.
Yes, sir.
I keep high veterancy on the first army, and then the other armies can just have veterancy once they earn it. For the first corps.
Yes, sir.
Another 19 grand down the drain. But these will be my elites, my hardcore soldiers. The Union elite, born to compete, never retreat or flank. Of course, if you were playing this game properly, you would see how excessive the Union Army can get in terms of its manpower. If you're not just potato charging, that's good. That's good. That's good. Next.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It always takes so long to build up your armies after a main battle. It's like, ugh. Time to cookie clicker. Numbers go up. Endorphins go in.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you deserve a veterancy.
Yes, sir.
Number go up. Me happy. Gamer happy.
Sir, yes, sir.
You get to hear their little soundtracks and repeat over and over and over. Sir, yes, sir. It haunts me in my dreams. Open line. Cav. I hate Cav.
Sir, yes, sir.
Very hard to keep veterancy in Cav,
Yes, sir.
and very hard to just get veterancy full stop. Cav is awful. Well, it's not. It's really good, but I think it's awful. Micro hell. Oh crap, only on 2 grand men left. This hasn't gone very well.
Sir, yes, sir.
Form line. Good. Cannon. Good. This is good. Moving on to the third corps with 100. So guess what? We're going to buy 8 grand men. And that will make the pain go away. Cannons. Cannons. Ooh, that's painful.
Sir, yes, sir.
Looks like those cannons got smashed. Good. 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 There needs to be an autofill button. There should be. Someone should make a mod saying make an autofill button, because this does not make for riveting gameplay. I reckon once they get Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought out, it's going to be like this as well. Like, your ship has been damaged. Spend 20 minutes repairing every component. Yes. Yes, Game Labs, please. And the final core. These guys didn't do too badly. For a reserve core, well, they were reserve core, so that probably makes some sense. You can normally tell how well you've done in a battle by whether or not you can fully replan your entire army. If you can't fully replan your army, then you've probably done a bit badly. If you just have to like downsize cores completely, then you've done really bad. But if you've got some spare men left over, then that's the normally a good indicator that you did good and you should be happy. Like now, see, full troops, full manpower. I'm a happy boy, and not too bad on the veterancy either. We're getting to 2-star veterancy and we're about halfway through the campaign, so I can't complain. Okay, we got to move on to Gettysburg. So comeback mechanic, 4,300 more troops are coming to the Confederacy, which isn't that bad. And we've got one battle before Gettysburg, of which minus 10% are enemy morale because we won Chancellorsville. So let's do the second Winchester first. General Ewell is marching with his Confederate troops towards Winchester. It is not clear if the rebels are planning to secure the lower Shenandoah Valley or are preparing something bigger. In any case, we cannot afford to lose control of the town. Winchester is a crucial post for the protection of the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad corridor. We need to hold this strategic location and repel the rebel attack. Good boys first. Yeah, hold Winchester. Perfectly easy to do. Deploy your men. Military outpost. So let me just take a look at the objectives. It's been a while. Hold Winchester and hold the military post. Both should be pretty easy to achieve because you can cheese defensive lines in this game. Now, if I wanted to be the ultimate cheeser, I would just put troops in the town because you get like 100% cover 100% cover bonus. So I just put all these troops in this town, and I would get a fat stack of cover. So actually, it's probably not in my interest to have any men actually covering this position. I should just have them all retreat, which I'm going to do now. Because we are going to cheese. Abandon positions. We Stalingrad now. Hold, 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 hold. And there you go, there's that 99%, 100% cover bonus. No damage for me, lots of damage for them. Not a lot of cover bonus there, I'm a bit embarrassed by that. Imagine unironically only having oh, it's condition, that's why. There we are. Nothing can hurt me now. I'm bulletproof. So now we're going to wait for about 3 minutes. Maybe 5. As the Confederacy does very little to break us because the army got wiped. And you can tell that by the number of troops they have in their units. So that's only 988 men. That's telling me they haven't got an army up to full strength, and that's only 1,100. Which is also telling me that it's not full strength, especially if you compare it to Chancellorsville, which had like 2,900 men. These boys are not doing too well. Still, of older strategy games, I really do like Ultimate General Civil War. It gives you a nice guide through the historical battles of the Civil War. The game isn't too complex to understand, but it is quite complex to master. I like how you build your armies throughout and the comeback mechanic and everything like that. It's just generally a very unique game. I think they did very well in making it. Because it was a second game after Ultimate General Gettysburg, which was too. I think Ultimate General Gettysburg was too small in scope. It was their first sort of game what came out, and then Ultimate General Civil War. And I feel like the new stuff, like the Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail, is just a test bed for what will be eventually the French Revolutionary Wars. So I did buy it in the end, but I am hoping they do go to Napoleonic Wars soon, because I would love a Napoleonic Wars game like this. Or a Grand Tactician game like this as well. But again, Grand Tac is only one guy, so it's going to take like 20 years to make. You never know, mate. He might be able to get some more boys on now. Grand Tac's been such a stunning success. That's going to be a cult classic, that is. That game. I reckon Grand Tac will be the Stalker 2. Wrong. The Stalker. Well, let me reword it. Grand Tac will be what Stalker is for the FPS RPG community, for what it is for 4X Paradox games. A nice little niche game that not a lot of people know about, but has a rabid fan base. I did see Stalker 2 come out, but well, it's coming out, and I'm looking forward to it, but I'm hoping they don't casualize it too much for the plebs, if you know what I mean. We need to make it accessible, guys. #TM. So you can never die. You are a bullet sponge, and you're the Messiah, all rolled into one. This is once you start getting to see the tedium of the Union campaign on medium difficulty, because you're going to get to that stage where you're just unmolested, unbeatable. But still, we'll move on to Gettysburg after this, and then we'll call that a day. We'll call that a night. I could crush this army, but then then you just end up with a negative feedback loop. Like, oh, this army's really weak, let me crush it. And so you crush it, and then the next Confederate army is really weak, and then the next Confederate army is really weak, and it's like, and it stops being very fun. I feel like Richmond, though, taking Richmond is all very anticlimactic, because there's just no troops in the forts. They're really understaffed. And you've got such a massive army. You're just wading through it. But so far, I've only seen 2 units. Oh no, a 3rd unit. And so what will happen now is they'll get more experience, but they won't increase their manpower. So you can just chill. I've always felt like the cover system's a bit of a ruse sometimes. Until you get to the later stage. I mean, Fredericksburg is one of the few maps where cover is actually really good. Remember the Battle of Winchester? Yeah, I did. What happened in that battle? Oh, we just stood watching each other while the cannons ripped us apart. Oh, fair one. I'm proud of ordnance. I should upgrade my cannons. I'll do that next time with my fat stacks of cash. But how did you die? What a tragedy. So we'll do a little talk about stats. Some things we'll never really cover. So you've got like the reload speed for Springfield, the efficiency, and the melee. Farmers have got like the best melee but awful range and accuracy. So if you're going to make a melee army, farmers is what you want. Command, of course, affects morale. Efficiency affects how quick you reload, etc. Morale, is it affected by training and so on? Stamina, how how much endurance they have. Firearms, I suspect their accuracy and their melee. But all you really need to be concerned about is condition, because if you get 0 condition and you're sprinting everywhere, they'll start going really slow, and morale, because over time morale will start declining. That can be rather counterproductive. And though we've had 16 minutes of pure fun. Well, 3 hours. 3 hours of the Battle of Winchester. Now, I've got to be very careful when playing Gettysburg because you can like win it on the first day as a Union. So I have to be a little bit careful and maybe have to do some save scumming because I'd rather fight the whole battle, the whole 3 days rather than win Gettysburg in the first day. There you go, glorious victory. No casualties of significant numbers. We get 5,000 men out of that, so it's all worked out. Yep. Okay, and we're up to the last point. Active aura, aura. Speed and stamina? Nah. Cover and melee? Yeah. Cover melee is always good to have. Let's go with training. And then we'll go army org as the last one. Probably build another corps. And with excessive amounts of manpower, go big. I mean, should I probably upgrade my guns first? Yeah, upgrade the guns first before we go big. Guns, guns, guns. Oh, take that.
Yes, sir.
Sweet Harper's Ferry rifles. I'll take that.
Yes, sir.
Lorenzes, fine. Enfields, why not?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Getting to terminal velocity. And then the final fellows. Okay, run out of manpower. Can I get these up? Not really, no. Okay, let's fight the next battle. Last battle. It is the Battle of Gettysburg. So, because we won both battles, the army size of Gettysburg for the Confederacy is down by 5%, and the enemy morale is down 10%. The somewhat turning point for the Confederacy where things are starting going awfully wrong, both historically and in game. So, we are pursuing General Lee in Pennsylvania, trying to stop his army from foraging inside Union territory, allowing the Confederates to devastate our lands for a long time. Will have a very negative impact for our government, which has received extreme political pressure to end the war. Meanwhile, Cavalry Commander Brigadier General Bulford is skirmishing with Confederate infantry, advancing towards the town of Gettysburg. It sounds like an opportunity to attack portions of Lee's army before it assembles. Our forces operating in the region are summoned to rendezvous at Gettysburg and deal with the Confederate threat. Early reinforcements, first wave, second phase, and third waves. A Confederate division of about 7,500 soldiers is marching towards the town of Gettysburg. General Bulford's cavalry has delayed their advance. He's decided to defend the ridges. If the enemy secures high ground south of the town, it will be highly dangerous to attack them. Our army is marching from the south, and our first units will soon reach our positions in about an hour from Emmitsburg Road. The rest of the army is heading our way and expected to arrive soon. Hold Confederate marauders and don't let them capture the high ground. Now, I believe if I defend, I actually win the battle too quickly. So we are going to load, delete these saves, make sure we don't actually load. Otherwise, that's going to be embarrassing, and then save the game. And we're going to immediately retreat all the way back to here. Because none of these objectives actually matter. Have them take these objectives, they mean nothing to me. I think I remember playing a Confederate campaign and thinking, I'll win this game on the first day if I take all the objectives. And so, yeah, it's one of those fiddly ones. I think if you take a certain number, for example, if you take Cemetery Ridge on the first day of the Confederacy, you win the battle and you skip the rest of Gettysburg. But if you keep these two objectives, then of course it rolls over. And if you don't take any objectives, I think it counts as a defeat. But it's a very tedious battle. Don't care about my reinforcements. Yay! Cause. Fire speed. Come on now, fellows. Do what I tell you. Oh no! They've taken all the objectives. Whatever will we do? If only we actually had to hold it. Hold. Yeah, this is a weak Confederate army. Bye! You've more or less been deleted. Not Gettysburg. Don't take Gettysburg. Two, 1, and 0. More reinforcements, yay! I don't think I need them, if I'm honest. I don't think I need them. Have you seen the state of their armies? Run away! Steady. Fire. Yeah, a rather disappointing Gettysburg. Even then, if you play as the Confederacy, Gettysburg is pretty disappointing as well, because you can quite easily win it. And rather anticlimactic. Fire! Are you gonna rout me? Yes, you are. Clever boys. But a bit of a waste. Sometimes I feel like the AI lives and dies by its phases. Its logic isn't. Its logic doesn't take into account the next phase. It will just go, I need to win now, and so it'll just throw all its troops away, even though the next phase is going to have like 20,000 men coming up. Rather mildly entertaining. We've lost 900 men there. You've just been flanked because you keep turning like a potato. Stop turning. But you know what? Do what you like, game. More boys are coming, but don't worry about it. Because we are now running. The scouts are disposable because you won't be getting them next phase, so let the scouts be your cannon fodder. The cav can also be cannon fodder, why not? Everyone can be cannon fodder. And you get to be cannon fodder, and you get to be cannon fodder. Cannons run, mildly run. Everyone run. Do what you want. Stuart run. And there we are. You've all ran away. Buford, Buford, as it's pronounced. You can also have a good time. You'll party up at Cemetery Hill. Where's Mildly? There's Buford. Where's Mildly? Where's my commander? He's here. Okay, I've got a very important job for you, Mr. Commander. You are to bolster my guy's cover by standing here. And now we wait. Well, while the skirmishers do their job and act like sacrificial lambs. That's why the first Confederate force routed. It's only going to get worse. Like, if I was Confederate, I would not be charging this. I would just be holding back here because look at the amount of casualties they've sustained. It's insanity. Even though the AI is good at this game, it still has got its fallbacks, its limitations. And one of its big limitations is the inability to see the forest through the trees. Again, another routed, wiped unit. Still skirmishers did their job. Well done, skirmishers. You get the seal of approval. And the rebels are attacking from all sides. Oh no, whatever will I do? Another 3 hours of this shagging battle. It's not even the first day yet. Or not even the second day yet. Who's died? Oh, right. Someone irrelevant has died. And now, because of our guys got such high veterancy, you're going to start seeing what they're capable of doing. 145 deaths, 870 kills. Let's send the skirmishers out to be a nuisance. Run away, run away, run away! Nice try, Chumley, but that's not going to work. I would slow down if I actually had some respect for this battle, but I don't have much respect for the caliber of this battle going on right now. Because I've got max respect for Gettysburg, the actual real battle, but this poses no threat to me. I've got so many reserves, things like that. It's just not interesting. I could win this on the first day. Yeah, the Confederate armies are so badly smashed now. It's not even funny. So the first rout, nothing I can't handle. And after all of that, Hobson got 1,200 killed. Okay, run away again. They can shoot these guys as much as they want, I don't care. Suddenly the tables have turned now, we are taking a lot of casualties on this little corner, but I'm not too worried or upset. Oh, you should be routed. Run away again, Cav. Now we are taking a bit of damage now. I think their flank has finally had an impact. Run back in, as per usual. Next reserve troop. You're coming in. Now it's getting interesting. I didn't expect them to be able to do so much with so little. Especially as they're very close to my objective now. I'm gonna have to do some maneuvers once more. Oh no, no. No maneuvers because those boys are back out. Another route. More problems for me. Surely they should be at breaking point now. Could be the point where they can no longer do damage to me. Or no longer willing to continue the assault. That appears not to have happened. This is a dangerous position I find myself in. All I had to have to do is push on that decisive point. And that's goodbye, Darlene. I think I should get some reinforcements soon now, if I remember correctly, which I don't think I do. Howard, stop retreating. Come on. Survive for 30 minutes. Damn it. I may have to change up the plan. Looks like that position's no longer tenable. I don't want Millie. For the love of God, don't give me Millie. You gave me Millie, you fuckers. Face this way. I demand it. No. Yes. Yes. Good boy. So cover let the team down once more, as per usual. But we held. Just about. So, General Lee's army assembled and attacked us ferociously yesterday, but we managed to stand our ground on Cemetery Hill, from where we are going to organise our defence. During the night and in the morning, we received reinforcements of one more corps that took positions along Cemetery Ridge and Culp's Hill. 2 brigades to advance on Emmitsburg Road to a peach orchard farm in order to scout for enemy movements. We must be wary of an oncoming attack on our left flank and defend our ground until our 3rd Corps of reinforcements arrives in the evening. So I'm going to go to my camp first before we do that. Fix the damage done if I can. Maybe spend some money. There we are. To my rather battered troops. Looks like these guys are just going to have to lose some veterancy, which pains me, but isn't necessary.
Yes, sir.
I think it's the shadow effect. You really should be wearing them down rather than doing what I did and just retreating back at the spawn immediately. But I wanted to make sure that we got to the next day of Gettysburg. Good enough.
Sir, yes, sir.
Let's continue and start the battle. 2nd Corps reinforcements took position on Culp's Hill and along Cemetery Ridge. That few brigades are dispatched to guard Emmitsburg Road, but they are in vulnerable position and should fall back if they are overwhelmed. The Confederates may attack from this direction, so we should scout the area to understand their intentions. You should not. You should immediately be withdrawing like a little bitch. Like now. There's nothing to be gained from this advance. And then you should get these guys into cover. And these guys running. Run, 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 run. No, 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 Mr. Skirmishers. We don't play this game here. Nice little charge, but nothing I can't handle. Especially because these guys are veterans, so they should be pretty strong. And they are. Bring the cannons round, bring the supplies around. Skirmishers have routed. So I reckon Gettysburg is much more difficult on a harder difficulty, or in the historical battle mode, but, with the extra Confederate manpower. But even then, if you've been destroying armies, this is you're just going to deal with more experienced Confederate troops as opposed to actually stronger Confederate troops. These guys have got 100 cover, which is nice. But they're just routed anyway, because that's what my soldiers do. That's what the boys do. Don't hold it against them too much, it's just the way they were made. Now Longstreet's attacking. I reckon I can get more cover out of here than I can actually fucking using that. Yes, I can. That cover is a troll. I get more cover out of cover than I do in cover. What a troll. That's a trick and a half. So they're going to keep on attacking the flank. There's not going to be much going on. And although they still got a fairly strong core, that's still a fairly strong core. It's just that they need more of them if they're actually intending to do any sort of significant damage. I don't think I've ever lost Gettysburg as either a Confederacy or the Union, because the Confederacy can win on the first day. You just take Cemetery Ridge, and for the Union, the Confederacy is normally so weak at this stage you can just eat your way to glory. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. He's going to send up some boys, but that's not too bad because we can send up our own reserves to counter. And with that, we are good. We are in big trouble, apparently. More Confederates attack from the woods appears to be Anderson's division. Our main objective remains the same, and protect old ridges south of Cemetery Hill, or else get the enemy will encircle us, forcing us to withdraw from the battlefield. I don't think we are in big trouble, if I'm honest. Already we've got to the stagnation phase with the Confederate troops on the left. Not on the south. Because they're no longer actually manoeuvring or even attempting to do anything, they're just sort of watching. Just in case there is going to be a Xbox huge charge on the north, we're going to send more troops up there, because there's nothing going on in the south anymore. Cannons, 500 kills on that bad boy. 200 kills on this fellow. 27 kills on that fellow. A bit disappointing. I expect a little bit better. Okay, who's going to win? I think I am. Although I'm starting to take an awful lot of damage from cannon fire. But there's not much you can do unless you've got Cav to flank round. That can turn to a rather amusing minigame of whack-a-mole of Cav. Time to rotate these fellows out. Yay, reinforcements. Only I'd needed them. Yeah, for the Confederacy, it's a pretty simple. You've got to just do a really wide flank south of Cobb's Hill, and then just drive them off north. That's if you get to this stage of the battle. You shouldn't really be getting to this stage of the battle if you're playing it properly. Supply wagon, come on down. We'll turn this into, say, a nest of artillery. And before we do our flank. But the rubber band mechanic is not as aggressive as it is with the Union side when you're playing against the Union. They will get hordes of men. Okay, mobilise for another assault. There wasn't even an assault in the first place, I'll be honest with you. But we will be, Chief, there was no assault. That should rout those cannons. And keep chasing those cannons down. Come on, chase it down. You're a big boy. Oh crap. Run away. Run away! And there we have it. We could just destroy this army again, but it's not. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to let the Confederacy recover from its disasters, but making it hard. You can just see by the amount of cannon shells that perhaps we have overdone it on the cannons. The Great Cannon Hill, that's what I'm going to call it now. And 9 seconds. Well, 9, yeah, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. It's almost a second, and then we're finally done. Victory! Oh wait, no, we want a day 2, don't we? Day 3. Okay, most of our reserves are engaged to defend our left flank and Culpeper is almost undefended. Only the reserves of our first corps are currently guarding the breastworks. Although we have heavily fortified the hill, it is now vulnerable to an attack from Ewell's corps, who has been fainting all day. Probably now he will make the move. Start. This can also be a long waiting game depending on the strength of the Confederate forces, which, as you know, is not particularly strong because this is the remnants of the initial assault, and that's been well and truly pasted. So you're going to be sitting here for another 2 hours or so, well, 2 minutes or so, 10 minutes or so, while our reinforcements come up. Hello, Franklin. Do I have a supply wagon? Yes, I do. You come over here. Let's bring the cannons up. This is your moment again if you've been doing rather badly to win as a Confederacy. Probably best to win in this on day 1. If you don't win on day 1, then it's best to win down south, and then rather than try and win up north, because if you try and win up north, you're gonna have a bad time. Because you're gonna have all these fortifications, you're gonna have those reinforcements coming in. It's just gonna be very awkward for you. But you can just tell there's just nothing left of these fellows. And most of them are in defensive formations because they just refuse to push. So this is the hill we held earlier, but was pushed off, well, almost pushed off. But now it's been well fortified, so that's Gettysburg over there. And then we'll be able to see the historic charge, albeit rather melancholy. Well, not tomorrow. Well, in-game tomorrow. Again, one of the few times where cover is actually good in this game. 100% cover. Nothing's pushing up here. Nothing is going to be pushing. So we can just chill. I probably can go AFK and have a smoke if I wanted to. You got plenty of ammo. I've been giving you ammo all day. Stop pretending you haven't got any ammo. Look. Find cover. And another solid day of Confederate bashing. That's probably one of the downsides with having a persistent campaign with persistent armies. Even though you have the rubber band mechanic, if you do too well, the rest of the game ends up feeling rather underwhelming. But then again, if you do poorly, it's a slippery slope to impending doom. What are you shooting at? You shouldn't be shooting at anything. So if we're feeling devious, I can go get the supply depot. This also gives you a lot of room. So for example, if you were at the Confederacy and you had thrown all your troops away in the first charge, you could think, you know what, I am just going to defend, try and push the second day when I've got all my reserves up. Although I would not recommend such a bold strategy. Because of course, their reserves. Oh, your reserve. They bring up their reserves. You bring up your reserves. They bring up their reserves, and it all goes wrong. Like Chancellorsville. Chancellorsville is the peak, peak case of winning the game, winning the battle on the first day as the Confederacy. Shiloh, Chancellorsville, and Gettysburg. The 3 battles you want to win on the first day. Because if you don't, you're going to have a bad time. Although some people swear that you should fight out each battle just to wear down the Union Army. I think it's rather counterproductive because the rubber band mechanic would just mean the Union Army comes back and you'll probably lose more troops on the second and third day than you will on the first. Shiloh's the pain in the ass battle. Shiloh is awful for the Confederacy. And start. Next day. There you go, get ready for the famous charge. We bravely held Culp's Hill. Is this the famous charge? It should be, or maybe not. We bravely held Culp's Hill West Day. All night, our soldiers are tirelessly building more breastworks to strengthen the hill's defences. Several brigades of our 3rd Corps of reinforcements occupy these works, making the hill an impenetrable defensive position. The rebels, though, do not give up. They are preparing to attack again this morning with additional forces. I don't believe you. Culp's Hill is going to receive another attack. Form line. I forgot how they really eke out this battle. Well, they did do a whole game about Gettysburg, so it'd be a bit underwhelming if they only had like one skirmish or what the initial first day. People would accuse them of underselling Gettysburg, but just imagine how long this has taken. You can save all this time by winning on the first day. I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned in the slightest. I can win this war of attrition. Whoa, whoa, whoa. These skirmishers. Very naughty fellows. Oh, my cannons. Are you taking casualties? Yes, you are. Natural scare of the skirmishers, and scared of skirmishers means no more routing Southern Union troops. My reserves have arrived, isn't that great? Doing my best not to wipe these Confederate armies out. Like, you can see just by the numbers of troops I have, it'd be very easy just to wipe these troops out, but I don't want to. I want to give them a chance. I want to have a challenge at Richmond, which is probably unlikely. We getting a charge? Okay, let's see how that works out. Da 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 da! How'd that work out for you? Working out well? Yeah. Okay. This is why you don't attack uphill. This cannon's getting a little bit too badly damaged, so I'm going to retreat that guy up. You're about to collapse. It was nice knowing you, Avery, but you're about to go the way of the dodo. There you go. That means that unit's broken and all that experience. Well, it means that you lose that unit. You have to rebuild it. This will be a growing occurrence now in the Confederate campaigns, as they cannot replace their rather wiped out troops. But how they try and balance it is by giving the Confederates a lot of defensive positions. Does it work? No, but it's a nice fort. There's another break. It's time to go supply hunting. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh no! Oh shit! Oh shit! Run away, Pegram! No! 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 Is he gonna make it? Nah, he's fucked. I mean, he hasn't routed yet. That's pretty Chad of him. Okay, now he's routed. And he surrendered. Thank you, skirmishers. Well done. Very proud. So that's another failed assault. Like, I'm not even trying to destroy them, like destroy these armies, but they're destroying themselves by refusing to withdraw. They're just going to stand there and let's get completely wiped out. I mean, I have run out of ammo, but hey ho. Don't mean nothing. This is sad. They should really, in a perfect world, they would add another difficulty where you'd, it would be in between legendary and medium. So instead of having very hard and medium difficulty, you had hard difficulty. So this would be a bit more of a challenge. I feel like I'd be doing the Confederacy a favour by winning on the first day. There you go, here comes the frontal assault. Lee has attacked our left and right flank and held despite the odds. We have an excellent defensive position and we are fully prepared for the upcoming frontal assault. It is obvious that the Confederates are mobilizing to attack a centre as they mass the artillery to bombard us, and Pickett's fresh divisions have been tracked deploying behind Seminary Ridge. Stuart's cavalry appeared very late on the battlefield and has been spotted marching east, probably trying to outflank us. Our reserves have been dispatched to deal with this threat. Now we must focus on the defence. Our flanks are secure and we must brace for their upcoming suicidal attack. Let them come. Okay. We have fortified Cemetery Hill, so it's complete. So complete that a frontal assault is not expected here. The section of Cemetery Ridge provides significant protection for our soldiers because of the stone wall. The southern section of the ridge is not highly fortified, but the open ground in front of it can be a death trap for the enemy. Although it is not advised, we have potential to counterattack now where the enemy is not expecting us and capture their headquarters. On Seminary Ridge. This would be enough to claim victory today. General, it's your choice to decide what's best for our army. You don't actually need to do that. You can just chill. There's no need to attack. You can just hold all of this and have a jolly good time. It's almost not fair. I feel guilty. Okay, where is this great and good? Confederate charge. Holy crap. That cannon is bombarding the shit out of me. Take it back. I don't feel sorry. You know what? Run. There we are. Here it comes. Da, 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 da. Who will win? A Confederate frontal assault? Or a few rocky boys? Still, that's a naughty cannon barrage. I may need to cull that. Let's get these guys back. I want to watch the battle, so I'm going to get these guys back. Nice charge. You appear to be retreating already. Impressive. I too like to waste people's time. What is this? What are you doing, game? You waiting for reinforcements? What is the plan here, boys? You appear to have gone fully defensive. You haven't even attempted to charge. What is this alt history LARP? Don't make me come over then. Don't make me do it. I'm going to give you till 1:30, then I'm sending the boys in. And I'll show you the opposite of a There we are. Took your time. Sadly, not a lot of troops. Hey ho. Da, 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 da. You're gonna die. Oh my god, this is awful. This is a tragedy. Feels bad, man. I feel sorry. Poor little brigade, archer brigade. These fellows, yeah, they're no threat. What's the plan here, boys? A rather weak charge I know, let's stop halfway in this open field. What could go possibly wrong? No, that's sad. Not the best charge I've seen. Sometimes they can do very, very well in a charge, sometimes they can just be very mediocre. Most of the time it's mediocre though. And this is a mediocre charge. They haven't even got to my lines. But then historically, they didn't really get to your lines. I think they only got like one brigade got to their lines up here, like Cemetery Hill. I think they got there and then got pushed off. Routing coming. You gonna get there? No, didn't think so. Will any Confederates get onto my lines? That's the big question. Oh, does someone get my lines? No. Sounds like melee, but sadly not. I'm not counting that as getting into my lines. I have to do better than that. Ouch. Oh, he's been holding as long as possible. Very impressed by that. Normally they're like without, like they collapse at that stage. There you go, he's gone. F. Rip. And I think that's the closest they're going to get. Oh, A little bit of movement up north. The last desperate attempt. They should have pushed up here, Gettysburg, just like this, or they go through the town and just break through this corner, but even then, with this like cover there and here, it would have been still, they would have just turned right. To face it. It really was a tragedy. That's a silly thing to do. Like, I could see the logic why you tap the left, you tap the right, so the centre was probably going to be weak. But you should have realised, like, using, like, I don't know, binoculars or some shit. You know, using that this was not a good idea. By the sheer level of defences. Now they're not going to even move forward. It's going to stay there and get ripped apart. And that ends the day. Of the frontal charge being a complete disaster. So this is your sort of ahistorical LARP where you can say now is your time to counterattack, because of course the Union never actually did properly counterattack in time, and the Confederacy could escape, sort of extending the war well, by about another year, by another 2 years if you count 1865, which you should really count 1865 if I'm brutally honest. Where you can counterattack and push them off the field and decisively beat the army of West Virginia. So we were glorious in our defeat of the enemy assault. Lee has been defeated soundly and with huge losses. What is left of his army is preparing for an orderly withdrawal. Today we had the opportunity to counterattack and completely crush Lee's army. After driving off Stuart's cavalry, our reserves have returned and taken up position in the south, flanking the rebels. So you can now do your great push. You don't actually need to, because you already have the victory conditions. But so you can just finish the battle now, if you want. And that is your victory at Gettysburg, with 9,000 losses to 33,000 losses of the Confederacy. This is really the turning point for the Confederacy now. They will really struggle to get enough manpower into the fight, and it will be very difficult for them to win. Even though they say they've got equal fielded manpower, I don't really believe that as far as the size of their corps, their brigades. But still, not a lot of casualties, I don't think. Yeah, everyone promoted. A rather easy battle. Let them withdraw so they can get their numbers back up. So we're going to spend it on economy and army org. There you go, I can build my last corps if I want. Which we will soon. One 1,500, 1,500, 1,500. In begins the long phase of admin. But still, 9,000 casualties. I shouldn't have to do too much to build this up. Back up. That's also a good incentive for you to win the battles properly, so you don't have to do this for too long. The game punishes you for costly defeats. Like, you deserve this. Or costly victories. This is what you get for frontally charging like a pleb. Don't pretend you didn't want this.
Form line! Sir, yes, sir! Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There we are. Easy, easy. And plus you'll have a lot of veterancy now because you've just
Yes,
been
sir.
doing a turkey shoot. So normally the Confederacy gets quite high veterancy troops after Fredericksburg because that is just a turkey shoot from the Confederate perspective. Um, but here's where you really make bank in terms of damage inflicted. And now it's going to
Yes,
be a
sir.
slow decline. A bittersweet campaign. A Union campaign is a very bittersweet campaign. It starts off really great, and then you're having a really good challenge, and towards the end, it becomes a very sad affair. Very apathetic. But this game has a very snowball-like mentality. For example, if I wasn't winning a lot of the battles, I'd be getting a lot of points in my character, meaning that, of course, I'd be struggling to field as much manpower, etc., etc. So it's a game that really does reward experience and punish severely inexperience. Well, I don't think I've ever actually lost a Union campaign. I've lost a Confederate campaign numerous times, normally around Chattanooga. Um, at that stage, I know that if you don't have at least 100,000 men as Confederacy when you attack Washington, you're going to lose. Just by the sheer numbers they throw at you. Yep. And we are good, so I can make another call if I want. Battles. So the enemy is going to get 39,800 men. I don't believe you. But because we won Gettysburg, there's going to be less than 10% army size and Bayo Force. So I think Chickamauga. I keep on saying Chattanooga, but I mean Chickamauga. This is the awful battle for the Confederacy, and then this should lead us towards the end of the campaign of the Unions with a few final battles of Cold Harbor and eventually Washington. Um, Altogether, we're going to end the stream here. Just want to do a build up and move forward after this. So this should be getting towards the end, but tomorrow I want to finish Alien Isolation to get it off my backlog so I can uninstall it and do something else. But let me save so I don't forget. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the campaign. Sadly, I have done it on medium difficulty. I just wanted to make sure I could get to the end of it as a casual game rather than stop halfway because I got burnt out. Because I didn't want to play this too long. I just wanted to do something on the weekdays. But this is a very good game. I would highly recommend it. And if you think it's a bit too easy, try Legendary or try the Confederate campaign. Confederate campaign on medium difficulty is insanely difficult, very challenging. Still, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a good one, and I will see you guys later. So adieu.